doing that. Hi guys. Well, it's sad, but hey, we're here to bring you content, and that's the first thing I want to talk about. I'm Jacob, by the way. Who are you?
I'm Ray, and what a
Hold on, hold on,
woo,
hold on. Before we jump into all that, which we're gonna, this week's podcast is both funny and sad,
all at
and
the same
funny
time.
and sad. Very sad. Oh, I got so pissed off. It's fine. It's for good reasons. I think some of these are for good reasons. We're gonna talk about that a little bit
Yeah,
later. Um, Either way, we're here to talk about the coronavirus, but also I want to mention that because you guys are going to be stuck in your house, or at least you're supposed to be. I'm not. Don't follow Jacob though. Like, stay safe. I have just plans and stuff that have been planned for months, so like I just can't. Yeah, they're just not being canceled. I'm in a place where there hasn't been really any cases or anything like that either, and so I feel safe to be able to go out and be able to
mhm.
do these things. If I didn't, and I done my research, and because I'm like going to a different state and other things, to have some of these things happen later on this week. Either way, it doesn't matter for you guys. I'm bringing you guys content. Zachary might bring you some content as well, depending on. I have movie reviews coming out this week. I have taste tests or aftertaste. It'll be explained later. So there's a lot of content and
I patent aftertaste. It's mine.
he did not. I don't have a signed signature, so But we have a lot to talk about, so let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Um, the first story that we're gonna here, Zachary, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 2. No, no, no. Pick okay. TV and movie delays / coronavirus entirely is heads, and Razzie noms are tails. Yes, guys, we only have two.
If that tells you the agreement of this show today, heads.
Okay. Hold on. So I'm not cheating because, like, I guess that's important, right?
Yeah.
Shit. Where is that? Okay. I just googled it. Heads or tails. You can see it again, right? Right. Everybody can see.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna flip again. Tails. Okay. We're starting with the Razzies, which is fine. I wasn't really sure if we wouldn't start off sad or not. I don't know. Razzies could also be sad depending on who's nominated. You guys do now know the local Razzie Awards. Some people might not even know what the Razzie Awards are, though,
The Razzies are the
which is just
equivalent to the
shocking.
Oscars, but for the worst pictures of the year.
But yes, and I'm gonna bring you guys to the website. That's where we're going to be looking at this list. Is the Direct Razzie website? This used to be really big. I would say when we were younger. Nowadays, it's not really that big anymore. Do you agree?
Not really.
Like it doesn't really matter. The only reason why I knew the Razzie Awards were. Can you really not see that?
No, I can see it.
I can zoom in. Hold on. Give me a second. Is that better? Does that help?
Yeah.
Cute. Cuckoo. Just so you're not like blinding yourself. Um, but the whole reason why is because Judi Dench, who will show up a little later on this list, got nominated for a Razzie Award, her first ever Razzie Award. It's not unknown for Oscar nomination, Oscar nominees, and or Oscar winners to get nominated for Razzies. But she got nominated for Cats, and she did a whole thing on it. She put like this whole Twitter thread on it, and so I was like, "Oh, we can talk about that," because I literally don't. We don't have anything to talk about. So
Well, no, that's not true. We have stuff to talk about. It's just we're gonna have to talk to our audience about the foreseeable future of this show for a little bit to see what we're gonna be talking about in the near future.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shit talking. I'm assuming.
Well,
Like,
maybe some Q&As every now and then.
yeah, like we might be doing a live or so. Yeah. Just because I just don't see how, yeah,
We,
it's going to be interesting.
mhm.
Either way, we're here to talk about this. So it's been 40 years. Wow. Did you know that? It's also on tomorrow, but you can still vote. Anybody is curious, you can vote. You just have to join. See? Right here. Isn't that crazy? I find that crazy. Okay, Zachary, do you want to start out?
Sure.
Sure.
The worst picture category includes Cats, The Fanatic, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, A Medea Family Funeral, and Rainbow the Last Blood. Now, I can say for a fact I've not seen any of these films. However, I have watched a bunch of hilariosity reviews on all these movies. The Fanatic movie sounds absolutely incredible.
What is The Fanatic? I need to look it up now because I've never
It's
heard of
John
it.
Travolta.
Oh my god, yes! He's always nominated, it seems like. It's rated R.
It's the one where he's obsessed with somebody and he constantly is like stalking and
What?
everything.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, go look up the trailer, man.
We'll watch it afterwards. We don't need to do a trailer
If
reaction in
you
the middle
want
of
a good
this.
laugh, man, watch the Fanatic trailer.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Did a little
What
turning.
should and will win, though? No offense to anything else on this list. Cats.
No, I disagree. I disagree here.
You want The Haunting of Sharon Tate to win?
Yes. Yes, I do. I have a feeling all these movies suck, but it's
and
fine.
They released a movie this year about the wife of O.J. Simpson. The same guy who directed that movie directed one about O.J. Simpson's wife before she got murdered. And
The Haunting of Sharon Tate?
Yeah, the guy who directed it.
Hold on. Wow. See, guys, we're going on tangents. I normally wouldn't allow this, but honestly, it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what else are we gonna do? Let's see here. Daniel. Hey! I think that was the guy who just directed The Fanatic. Oh my God! Yes. What is this life?
There's a scene in that movie with O.J. Simpson's wife where she gets possessed and starts flying on walls.
It has a 2.0. Inspired by true events. I want to make sure you guys understand this says inspired. I can't go over to it because we're all on this page, but it says inspired by true events. I promise you. It came out December 27th of 2019. Who gave this person more money? Who is in this? Oh, Tara Manning. What is Nick Shaw? What? Some of these people are like okay actors. Of course, Hilary Duff is in the other one, so take your pick at what an okay actor is. Okay. This is kind of inappropriate, but I'm going to read it to you, okay? So I like looking at the parents guide because I'm not going to watch the movie, so, it's always funny. Do you want to hear one of the things? Okay, somebody has to write this. If you guys don't know how IMDb works, if you have an account, you can go in and you can edit basically anything on IMDb. It's kind of like Wikipedia, if I'm being honest, which is why it's not a very reliable source. If you're looking at like ratings or something like that, for instance, it's not really reliable. I would say the most reliable thing is Rotten Tomatoes, but not the RT score, but the audience score. I would say is much more in line with what people think. Or cinema scores also. They sometimes, I think, are much more true. Either way, not the important part here. It's very important for you to know that somebody with a writing degree did not write this. Okay? So, for Under Sex Nudity, this is a spoiler, by the way, if anybody's really curious of seeing this movie. But I couldn't even tell you what it's called because I didn't look.
I've watched the review. I know what you're going to talk about. Go on.
No. This has nothing to do with any violence.
Oh, I know, Jacob. I watched the review. I know what you're going to talk about.
Sex and nudity. Nicole and Glenn bang during the day when he's doing house painting work for her. No private scene, only his butt. Bang during the day. Sorry, it caught my attention. Okay, so let's come down here to frightening and violent knife murders of Nicole and Rod. Oh, wow. Glenn frightens not. Nicole, after they have sex, he talks to an imaginary person called Charlie. Glenn smokes and picks up Sandra at a bar. She calls him Charlie. What? He kills her and torches her car. What is this movie? Nicole imagines she is beat up and thrown around. Oh, wow.
Told you.
They really went there, didn't they? Okay, so who is Nicole and who is Glenn? And who is Charlie?
OJ's wife.
What is this life? It really does shock me, what is allowed and what is not allowed in Hollywood.
I know.
But in I would say their defense, because I think we should, have something under that line, is now here's the problem. The director itself, both the movies, I'm assuming that movie sucked. The Haunting of Sharon Tate, which is the whole reason why you're on this little tangent, sucked. It was horrible. It was like one of the worst movies ever. But he does have some really cool ones, such as the Crystal Lake Memories, The Complete History of Friday the 13th. That's a very good documentary. I enjoyed it. Scream is a very good documentary. Never Sleep Again is also a very good documentary. He also wrote the for The Girl Next Door, which is a very, very hard to watch horror film. It's like up there with like extreme horror. And that was very good. So like the director slash writer is not horrible at what he does. It's just wow. I mean, wow. Like wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, moving on. Because, we say okay. Worst actor. James Franco, Zeroville. David Harbour, Hellboy. Matthew McConaughey, Serenity.
That's shocking.
So Sylvester, I love how John Travolta's on here twice. Sylvester Stallone, Rainbow Last Blood. John Travolta, The Fanatic, and Trading Paint. Trading Paint? That's a movie? Hold on. John, what are you doing? Why is this a thing? Oh my god, it's a race car movie. I really wish I was joking, but I'm not. A stock car racing legend is drawn back to the dirt track when his son, an aspiring driver, joins the rival racing team. Oh, he looks really serious in that trailer preview. Wow. It's not on Netflix, so if anybody's curious, you can't watch it there. It only made $18,000. Yep, that sounds about right for a John Travolta movie.
It sucks saying that, but it's true.
Oh, Zachary. He was good at one point. Was he? He was kind of good at one point.
No, he was good at one point.
He was kind of good at one point.
No, he was good.
I don't know if I've ever seen a movie where I'm like, oh, John Travolta, that's the actor I need to look out for. What?
Grease.
Yeah, I didn't really like Grease. Not a fave. Not like my holy trinities.
How are you mom's kid?
Because we like everything else. Except that. Okay, Zachary, who do you now like on this list? Now, remember, we're judging performance, not the actor. John Travolta, I've actually heard really bad things about, so maybe we're judging him a little bit, but,
I don't think David Harbour deserves to be on this list. He's not the worst part of Hellboy. There's some other things that are worse than him. Sylvester Stallone, though, is just the entire time during Rambo, so it's not good. Although Matthew McConaughey, I've never seen him that bad in a while, and he's really.
I like Serenity. I didn't think it was a horrible movie.
He's not good in it.
I didn't think it was a horrible movie. I thought it was a questionable movie that I saw in theaters for questionable answers, but it was not like I'd say out of this whole list here. I don't know. I'm just gonna give it to John Travolta. No, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, Stallone.
Yeah, Stallone. Yeah, I hate Stallone. I don't really know if I hate him as a person, but I definitely don't think he can act for shit. Never seen anything in them. Okay, Razzies, don't be rude. Okay. Oh, I feel kind of attacked. I feel really attacked. Okay, worst actress. There's a movie on here that does suck because I don't remember any part of it, but it wasn't bad. That's weird to say. So we have Hilary Duff, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, Anne Hathaway, The Hustle, which is not a horrible movie. I want to make sure that's clear, and Serenity. Francesca Hayward, Cats, which kind of sucks. She got nominated her first year of ever being an actor. Wow, good for her. Tyler Perry as Medea. That's just so fucking hilarious.
Kind of hope he wins now.
A Medea Family Funeral and Rebel Wilson, The Hustle. Now, having seen The Hustle, I think that's... Well, no, I've seen 3 of these movies. I don't watch Medea films. Nothing against Medea. I just don't like them. And I haven't seen Cats because, well, everything in my world was telling me not to see Cats. So I didn't see Cats. So I think we're just going to go with Hilary Duff. Yeah.
I'm going with Tyler Perry.
Just because you want to see Medea?
No, so I can see them announced, and the worst actress is Tyler Perry.
It's true. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. Side note, though, The Hustle, it really is not a bad movie. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in it, and I did see it.
On top of what's going on right now, the whole Me Too thing, to see a black man walk up there and accept an award for a woman's role would be really funny right now.
So we're going to move on from that. Zachary, it's your turn to read.
Worst supporting actress. Jessica Chastain, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Cassie Davis, The Medea Family Funeral. Judi
Maybe.
Dench cats.
See, this is it.
Vanessa Pineda, Rambo first blood. Whoa, 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 whoa. The Razzies got their words wrong. It's his last blood, not first blood. First blood came out in the 70s.
Interesting. Huh? Hold on. But my real question is, did she get nominated for this movie or did she get nominated for that movie? We'll Google.
And then Rebel Wilson cats.
Yep. It was wrong. She got nominated for The Last Blood.
That's so funny.
That's
I kind of hope they just leave it in there and go, Vanessa Pineda for Rambo First Blood. Even Stallone go, what the fuck? That came out in the 70s.
Did you see the next category?
Oh man, he could go up there 3 times.
4 times. I mean, he could be up there a lot. Okay, so to be honest with you, probably Jessica Chastain.
Okay, so yeah, so of the two of us, you've actually watched Dark Phoenix. Was it as bad as people thought it was?
Oh, no, it was stuff. It's a watchable movie. Holy shit!
But she was bad in it.
I just awoke something. I'm like, okay, it's gone. That's scary. But no, I just didn't like her. Yeah.
I heard she was very monotone throughout the film. Like she didn't have any real emotion in the movie.
I'm not. I just didn't like her. But also, like, it's kind of funny. I kind of want to say Judi Dench just because she went on a huge Twitter rant about getting nominated. So, like, I feel like she's gonna win.
Hey, well, Jessica Chastain's got one thing. Her X-Men film actually came out. So there's that.
We'll get there. I promise you.
Poor mutants.
It's definitely going to Hulu. That's the best answer.
No, it's not even going to go to Hulu.
So who do you think was horrible?
I haven't seen any of these movies, so I really can't say who's going to be bad.
Yeah, but we're just kind of just making an assumption.
Judi Dench.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to win too, just because she, like I said, that's how I found it.
Yeah.
Worst supporting actor. Also, I want to mention that's how slow the news is that Judi Dench trended in the entertainment section on Twitter for going on a rant about the Razzie Awards. So, yeah, that's just, So we have James Corden for Cats. I'm sure this was horrible, so, he got my vote. Tyler Perry, A Medea Family Funeral as Joe. Tyler Perry, A Medea Family Funeral as Uncle Heathrow.
Heathrow. I don't know.
Seth Rogen as Zeroville and Bruce Willis as Glass.
Oh man. Okay. With this, I'm going right to Willis, man.
Willis? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I don't get what Tim sees. Glass is terrible.
Calling out names. Okay, we got it.
I really don't, because the entire film makes no sense, and Willis was so good in that little cameo he had in Split. To go from that to being so just the entire film really aggravated me. Honestly, either him or Samuel L. Jackson could have been on here. I would have been pissed if I was seeing James McAvoy, because he's the best part of Glass, as he is in Split. That's just me.
For sure, my chisel. So
but obviously, Tyler Perry should win just so he can go up there twice.
So there's a lot of Tyler Perry is nominated a lot on here. So Zachary, you're gonna laugh a lot during this. Don't read them names. So we're gonna go in Cats. This is why I decided to do this, because I figured they were gonna have something like this. Am I gonna have to read it?
Oh, can I read it, please?
You can if you're gonna talk right.
Okay. Any two half.
I'll read it so you can laugh.
Try to read the first one without laughing.
Any two half feline, half human hairballs, cats. Jason Derulo and a CGI neutered bulge. Cats. Tyler Perry, or Tyler Perry. Medea Family Funeral. Seth Rogen and his important rage. Rainbow Last Blood. John Travolta in any screenplay he steps. Gotta say, the Jason Derulo as CGI neutered Bulge, I feel like should win. Or maybe Tyler Perry, or Tyler Perry. Or John Travolta in any screenplay he accepts, for sure. Any of those, I think, are great.
I would still just clap and applause if any of them won. Jason Derulo.
It's definitely a thing. Okay, moving forward. Worst director.
Okay,
Zach Graham.
I got it.
Yep, I did. Come on.
That was funny. Fred Durst.
Neutered Bulge.
Fred Durst, the Fanatic, James Franco, Zeroville, Adrian Grunberg, Rambo Last Blood, Tom Hooper, Cats, and Neil Marshall, Hellboy. Just for going with the best combo, let's give it to Fred Durst and the Fanatic, please.
Jason Derulo and neutered Bulge. Just want to put that out there. I don't think Neil Marshall should be on this list.
No.
I think Hellboy was interestingly directed, but there's a few good scenes in there that I really think were really good. I don't know, just because the last one was so funny, I gotta give it to Cats. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but like, damn, gotta give it to Cats for sure. Worst screenplay: Cats by Lee Ha and Tom Hopper, The Haunting of Sharon Tate by Daniel Fernandes, Hellboy 2019 screenplay by Andrew Cosby, A Medea Family Funeral by Tyler Perry, Rainbow Last Blood by Matthew Koenig and Sylvester. That one. This one, for sure. This one. Who are you going with?
That one.
Didn't see the movie, but he wrote something. And before anybody comes at me for Rocky saying, "Oh, that's a beautifully written," I did not like Rocky. Honestly, I thought Rocky sucked. So, not about that life.
Film is a difference of opinion. Just let it be.
I'm just saying. I know people are gonna come for me, so like, it's fine.
Okay, worst remake, ripoff, or sequel. Dark Phoenix. That's harsh. Godzilla. That's harsh.
Let's get real here. It's a fun movie. It's not a good movie.
Hellboy, Medea, and Rambo. I'm giving it to Medea.
Are you just like attacking Medea in her final outing?
I always forget that Tyler Perry is the majority of those movies.
Haven't seen it, but I still gotta give it to Rambo. Like, I just heard horrible things. Dad even didn't like it.
I hope Godzilla doesn't win because Godzilla is not bad.
I would say these three movies are not bad.
No,
they're fine films.
Yes, they are watchable. Like I'm not over here going and complaining like, oh my god, I couldn't sit through Hellboy. I sat through it and it was fine, but Rambo, I just couldn't sit through. It's just all it is relentless violence and gore, and sometimes you just gotta stop, know your limit, and they didn't.
And I don't like Medea, and I don't like Sylvester Stallone. So like either of those.
Tyler Perry, Medea's dead, so we got to move on from her.
And my dad is a huge fan of Rambo in general, and he didn't even like Last Blood. He thought it was a pretty bad movie. So like that's a sign.
Yeah,
for sure. So, worst reckless disregard for human life and public property, new category for 2019. So we have dragged across what is that? Hold on. Oh, it's a thing. It's a total thing. Okay. So, oh my gosh, you know who's in this? So, police partners sent into criminal underworld after they are suspected for assaulting a suspect on video. It stars nobody else than Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson. So, fun facts. The Haunting of Sharon Tate, Hellboy, Joker. Joker's been nominated for a Razzie. Rainbow Last Blood. So, obviously, the true answer here is Joker, for sure. 126,000, 0%. Yep. No, if we're gonna be for human life and probably Rambo, from what I heard. Like, wow.
Yeah.
But also, like, how can we not award a movie called Dragged Across Concrete? So, like, if you were honestly telling me, hey, maybe we should talk about something, I'd give it to Dragged Across Concrete because that's a title of something. Like, that's a movie that somebody was like, that's the movie I want to make, Dragged Across Concrete. Like, what the fuck?
Why was Joker nominated? Oh,
Did you read what
yeah.
this is? Like, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach,
Oh, Razzie Redeemer Reward. Eddie Murphy, Dolomite is my name. Keanu Reeves, John Wick. Please, he's been redeemed longer than this. John Wick 3 and Toy Story 4. Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems, finally deserved. Jennifer Lopez, Hustlers, and Will Smith, Aladdin. Oh, I don't know who to give this to.
can we just talk about for a minute how Adam Sandler released some pretty interesting movies last year, and the only Razzie award he got was the Redeem Award, which is the only positive award Razzies give out.
Which is good for him. Good for
Good,
him.
good job, Adam. Good job.
Although his movie, I can't. I've sat through 30 minutes. I can't do it. It's too much. I can't sit there and
It's supposed to make you anxious.
it does. And that's why I can't watch it. It's not him. He's good in the movie.
I'm gonna have to give this to good old. Well, actually, you know what? I was gonna give it to Hustlers just because I thought Hustlers was such a good movie.
But
But I'm
Will
gonna
Smith is really good in
But I
Aladdin
have to give
too.
it to Will Smith because Aladdin kind of made me a Will Smith fan, and like that took a lot. So like, credit is due where credit is due.
How often do you watch Aladdin on Disney Plus?
Too often, one would
Too
say.
often.
Yeah,
But
not
you
as often as some people could watch Frozen 2. Disney Plus rec there, coming to
we'll get
you,
there.
huh?
We'll get there.
No, that's not on the thing. We can talk
It
about it at the
could
end
be,
though. No, it's not. We're talking about delays.
but that's not a delay. That got advanced. That got pushed three
I know,
four months forward.
months. Like, what the fuck? I thought they were gonna. That means they were gonna hold it for 5 months.
Yeah.
Like Disney, that seems a bit excessive.
But do you agree with me though, John? Keanu Reeves shouldn't be on here for this year because he's been redeemed way before John Wick 3 and Toy Story 4.
I mean, no one's going to John Wick for his acting, so
And he's great in Toy Story 4.
sure, sure,
He's one of the best parts of Toy Story 4.
sure,
He
sure,
is.
sure, sure.
Okay. So the nominations per picture are Cats with 9, Medea Family Funeral with 8, Rambo Last Blood with 8, Hellboy with 5, Sharon Tate with 4, Fanatic with 4, Zeroville with 3. So it's clear to say that the Razzies didn't like the furballs.
I agree. And once again, as we move on from the Razzie Awards to something not as funny, because, like, I mean, we're not going to get past the neuter bulge. Like, wow.
Oh, that is one of the greatest award categories I've ever seen.
Honestly, I'm just going to take a picture of it and send it over to Padre
Oh,
because he'll find that funny.
he'll find that really funny. Jason Derulo is CG.
Which is really funny when you think about it because he's really naked in that film. So,
Yeah, they all are.
yeah. But with that being said, as we move past the Razzies and into sadder times,
Really
the
are.
Razzies are actually on tomorrow. Is the award ceremony? I don't know how they do them anymore. I don't even know if you can go accept the mic on a stage. I'm not entirely sure how these things work. We are not going to be reporting on the winners for anybody who's curious. Just look them up yourself. This is just simply something fun that we're talking about sad things, and I
I
want something funny.
believe they still do full shows for the Razzies, but I don't think they're going to do it now.
So, speaking of things that are not going to happen, society in life and anything until May, basically just shut down your whole store, like your own, yeah.
Basically, yeah. Till May, man, you are just stuck in a hole.
Except me, who is still going to go do some things. Okay, so we'll get there. That's the article that we're going to go off of.
Okay. So I know this is all about TV and movie, but I really want to broaden this thing to really like express how bad it got. So this all started earlier last week when the first thing that got canceled was E3. The Giant Gaming Convention was the first thing that got delayed, or not delayed, but canceled. It was soon after we found out about America's father, Tom Hanks, getting the virus. And I'm telling you, it's not a coincidence. As soon as America found out that Tom Hanks got it, it just progressively got worse as the week went on. It really went from Hanks to everything's gone.
Well, I think this is a very interesting standpoint, and we can talk about it because Tom Hanks is a movie star. But I think Tom Hanks was the thing that made people realize, oh shit, this is real. As interesting as that is, I do think that it took Tom Hanks getting the coronavirus for people to actually take the coronavirus serious,
Seriously.
which is sad, but it's true.
Yeah, because up to that point, everybody was making jokes about it, saying "ha ha ha."
We're still making jokes about it. You should see Twitter. Oh, speaking of jokes that we have made about it, I will pull it up. I made a meme.
You made a meme.
The coronavirus.
You made a meme.
I did. I very much did. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys, so you guys can relish my memeness. So we saw a thing, and we are from the southern part of the United States, right? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we're part of like the Northeast. We're in Ohio and Kentucky. It's very important because but this is my meme. Well, I didn't get a good enough laugh out of it, so hopefully anybody who is watching it, can laugh at it for me. Nobody liked it, so.
So yeah, and then after that, we found out about No Time to Die.
No, that came before that.
No, was it before Hanks?
No Time to Die was the first thing. Then everything followed suit.
So, and then, No Time to Die got pushed to November, which makes sense. Strictly for Bond, it makes sense. I think November fits better for Bond.
Yeah, I think logically, yeah.
But again, like most of these movies, internationally wise, Bond does better internationally than it does over states. So it just makes sense. And then from there, it just started to fall, just started to crumble, and it just didn't stop.
It's still going. It's still
going. I mean, I found out today that Flash won't finish his season probably now.
Hold on. Before that brings us to that's what we're talking about. The coronavirus, and I want to make sure everybody understands that more than likely this is not going to turn into something more huger than it is. I don't feel like, but it's just precautionary.
Yes.
Wash your hands, do the right things. Because even if you're a 21-year-old man who is going to the movies and getting their hair dyed this week, even though it tells you not to leave your house. No one's specific to that sort of sense. Still wash your hands and take precautions because you might have a 6-year-old sister or a 46-year-old stepdad and, a 45-year-old mom who could very possibly get super sick from this and die. So maybe take those precautions accordingly, if you are that person. If you are that person. Or have their father come, who also is pretty sick and probably shouldn't go out to the movies. But, that's his choice, not mine. His choice. So, with that being said, just take your precautions, guys. Put your finger down. Okay, I'm going to kick you out of the stream. I will. Don't doubt me. Done it before. I'll do it again. All right. So, I have a whole list. We're going off the New York Post, who I think is understandably regardable, and we can trust.
And
so the first thing,
all the workers have to stay inside their building because New York is apparently epicenter number one.
Yeah, New York is scary. If you're in New York, please don't go to work. Stay home.
Stay home.
Or stay at work. One or the other.
Don't leave your area. And for God's sakes, don't take the subway.
It's really interesting. I have a friend who they just drove up to New York last night. So people are making interesting choices, and that is something I do want to touch on a little bit later on. As the box office does come out, there's not a lot of money going to be at play, especially over the next few weeks. But there is money there, and so people are still willing to go see movies that are coming out, and I think that's important as well. Not a lot of money, but people are still going. So starting with, okay, I want to just mention here that on Tuesday evening, this came out on Thursday. On Tuesday evening, when I got paid, I put money aside for my hair appointment. That person was me, by the way, if anybody was curious. And I got my tickets for Fast 9 in May because I just couldn't wait. I was like, I want my seats. And then for A Quiet Place, I pre-ordered those tickets like 3 weeks ago because I wanted my seats. I did these things ahead of time, and both of these came at me like a wildfire. And I was like, I don't believe you guys. And then John Krasinski was like, bitch, it's true. And then Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel literally the night before says, we're not moving for anything. Universal's like, honey, you're going to fail. We're moving you a year later. Oh, God. So let's talk about it because it hurts my soul so much.
So the main one of everything that got delayed and or pushed, F9 is the one that curiosity got me the most.
Sure.
Why a year?
Okay, so here, just to point out some common things. I do have Box Office Mojo pulled up on the side here, just so we can, relatively make up numbers and say true. So, Fate of the Furious is the one we're gonna go off of, which is the latest release that has Vin Diesel a part of it, not the whole, Hobbs and Shaw thing. Still a good movie. Still recommend. The action sequences are pretty freaking sublime. But it made $1 billion. I want to make sure you understand this, Zachary. Are you hearing my numbers here? 1,009,996,000 of its total run that was captured in 10 days was from overseas box office. Domestically, Fate of the Furious only made $226 million, which in their defense is a lot more than some movies could ever dream of making, but it's still not like for the franchise that Fast and Furious is supposed to be. It does much better over in China, and so they made sure it got room. Like, it got room. And I do want to mention that April 2nd was the release date for Fast and Furious 10, which is supposedly the final film in the Fast and Furious franchise, which has now been pushed to April something of 2022. It's also the earliest a Fast and Furious film has ever come out into theaters. Fun facts. And it's a little under a year. It's a little under a year that it got pushed.
But still, I mean, even No Time to Die, which is the only other film with a concrete release date of all of this,
yeah,
only pushed to November. Like, why?
Well, you also have to look at as we start going through this and we start putting actual dates on the board here that would make a lot of sense, such as this next one we're going to talk about. There is no place for it later on. I would say May was the last month it could play in Fast and Furious, and so it's just much more advised to move it. And you don't want to put it in January or February because those months movies fail. March is a questionable card, and so you put it in April. I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint. It just sucks from a standpoint. Because I just started getting trailers, guys. I was starting to get hyped up for this, and then boom, crash, dead. Speaking of something that I got very,
but that's also the big thing with F9 now, and especially when we get to Mulan. Like the budget for their movies now is going to go up exponentially.
Well, no, F9, luckily enough, moved fast enough that they have not done enough promotional stuff that I'm sure they have plenty of money to be able to promote. We're just not going to see anything for a very long time from it, which is the problem and the thing that sucks the most, which is why we're going to move on to A Quiet Place Part 2, which is definitely past its whole advertising stuff. Quiet Place Part 2 got pulled. It was supposed to debut on this Friday, and it's not. I was supposed to see it in 2 days. Yes, 2 days away, and I can't see it. which is fine. It is what it is. I'm assuming it's going to get released in August because they probably don't have a lot of money left to play here.
When was it
So,
supposed to come out? The 20th?
what?
Quiet Place.
On Friday.
Comes out
It's the
20th? Okay.
18th. Yeah. Or I was seeing it on the 18th. What was that? Yeah, I was seeing it on the 18th. It comes out on the 20th. It was supposed to come out on the 20th. It's not, so don't get excited, people. There's nothing coming out. I can't tell you a movie to go see. Maybe My Spy will actually do well if people are going to theaters in April. I highly doubt it. But yeah, so it was Paramount doesn't have any big franchises. It doesn't have anything to kind of like rely itself on. So I can understand the moving of this personally. Now, speaking of A Quiet Place, I was very curious to see its box office for the first film.
Most of it came from the States.
See, that's what I thought. No. Yes, it did. So 188 million of it came from the States, but 152. Also, there is money overseas, but it would have done just fine. I think people would still have gone seeing it. I mean, from the polls and stuff that I've seen, a lot of people were saying they would have gone.
So, do you think it's going to come out in October or November?
No, August.
You think?
Yeah, August. Because they don't have a lot more advertising stuff to spend on it anymore. That they're going to have to play it out as soon as they can. Like, as soon as they find a window, I'm sure it's going to get released. And I would say August is the only month that it's not as crowded and things, and that it would have time to kind of to be able to do something. Yeah. So that's my best guess for that one. And then we move on to Mulan.
This is the saddest one, I think.
So there's a few things in here, Mulan, and then we'll talk about New Mutants and Antlers as well, since they are listed.
No,
here.
correction. Mulan's sad. New Mutants is just depressing.
7 times. 7 times.
No, it's 4.
It's 4?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Still
sucks.
So we kind of predicted this. Well, where'd you go?
What? I didn't go anywhere. I'm still
On my
here.
full screen.
You're not?
Yeah, I am.
No, it's your mind playing tricks on you. See?
No. So we kind of talked about this on last week's podcast,
which didn't go up because
which didn't go up, but we talked about it. Like, will Mulan move or not? And I said it would. You said it wouldn't because of the world premiere happening and the reviews coming out. Well, Jacob, Disney looked at you and went, nope. So where are they putting this one now?
Yeah, no idea. Yep, don't know. Maybe March next year.
Do they really want to risk pushing that a full year?
Well, Zachary, I don't really know where else to put it. So
put it in December.
In December? And you want it to fail?
Disney has nothing coming out in December.
Well, we can. Hold on, I gotta make me look up the freaking release date schedule,
which is all fuck now.
Yeah, don't depend on it, guys. My movie theaters were so not sure what was going on. So December, looking no, does not look like so.
There's nothing big coming out in December this year.
West Side Story could be big. Coming to America could also be big. Dune is supposed to be big. Who knows?
Supposed to be, and that's my point. If Mulan picks the right spot, December could be a really good month for Mulan.
The Croods 2 could also
doubt it.
Be an underliner. Then also, do you know there's a animated movie for Tom and Jerry?
We don't talk about that.
It's animated.
No, it's not. It's CGI hybrid live action. We don't talk about it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many. Oh my God! Did you? Oh wow! That's a relatively recent headline. Randomly clicked on it because I just. Oh, are you paused? Are you frozen?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Wow! You just had like one resting bitch face. Like, ow, that hurt. Okay. The director got sued for a 2-year-old accidentally drowned in his hot tub. So don't really know if that movie's going to be moving forward anytime soon. Just
Nope.
point
But
that
no,
out.
I
Either
really,
way,
but back to what we are talking about. I really do think Mulan could thrive in December.
I would say Mulan, once again, is going to be one of those movies that is going to get thrown out when they can release it to wider audiences and things. Since obviously but it's really interesting. If you look at the reviews and stuff, most reviews say it's going to do horrible over in China. That actually there are certain things in this movie that are extremely offensive to Chinese background.
I
So
don't know.
I do wonder if Mulan itself is a flop. Like it's just not. It's always going to be a flop. Doesn't matter when it comes out, where it debuts. It's just going not
So
to
let
do
me ask
well.
you a bigger question, and it really involves most of the Disney stuff. If they
Yes.
can't find a decent place to put it at, will they just instantly just put it on Disney Plus?
See, they can't. That's a great question. I think it brings up I think, um, no. I'm gonna say no, just because Mulan itself costs over $250 million to produce. That
Jesus.
you don't want to put that on Disney Plus. You want to figure out if they moved it for a reason. If they thought, here's the thing: if they truly thought it was going to fail, and the early projection rate for the movie was 90 million opening weekend. That's with everything going on. You know, it was still at 90 million opening weekend. If they thought it was going to fail even worse than that, that's the reason why they pulled it. That's why they moved it. That's why all this stuff got moved. Because nobody wants a bomb. Nobody wants a flop, which is understandable. No judgment here. Um, then ultimately they would have been like, we're going to keep it where it is. You know what I mean? Like, if they want to figure out where it would do better, they're like, this is low. Aladdin, didn't Aladdin make like 70 million, 80 million
No,
opening
I think
weekend?
like over 100 opening weekend last year.
How does one spell Aladdin?
ALLADIN.
That doesn't seem right. You're very close. It wasn't exactly right, but then again, there we go. There's two D's, one L. So opening weekend, it made 91 million. But overseas, it did much better overseas. It made almost 2/3 of its box office overseas. New Mutants,
Oh,
I personally think they should have just kept it where it was. Even if
because
nobody goes sees it, then it can get released early. Like pull it from theaters if it does horrible, and put it on Hulu like 10 days later. Like it's done before. I don't. This movie's just not going to do well.
I'm no longer excited for it.
No, I'm still excited. It truly is
Mhm.
gonna be like this, like some like what is New Mutant? I want to like before I was like, New Mutants. Now I'm like, I really want to see this stupid movie because they pulled it. If they didn't care for it, they wouldn't have pulled it. I was also kind of sad Antlers got pulled just because I was really looking forward to it, and I don't feel like that's gonna get re-released. See, Mulan's the only movie out of this whole list I'd be like, okay, we can try to find a different like theater date for it. Everything else, I wouldn't even bother. I'd just be like, limited, put it on streaming.
Yeah,
And maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe that's what they'll do with New Mutants, where they'll play it like limited and move it on to streaming.
maybe.
Um, then also, just to give you guys a heads up, it also paused production. So this is very interesting because another studio, Warner Brothers, who I don't think we're going to talk about in this list, did not pause production. They're moving straight forward with the
That's not true.
Fantastic Beasts 3. They're starting production.
Batman postponed.
Batman did, but they're moving forward with Fantastic Beasts.
I guarantee you will find out in a week that they postponed.
That's when they're doing it. They're starting it on Monday.
Well, I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm just saying. Those assholes over there trying to kill people. So we have, not that I think people are going to die, but still, people are dying. It's complicated. It's such a complicated situation. So The Little Mermaid, which was set to begin filming next week in London, obviously that's not gonna. Don't send them to London.
Nope.
Home Alone, Peter Pan and Wendy, which did get a cast. We can talk about that if you want. It has a cast. Shrunk, have no idea what that is. Cruella in the
Oh,
last.
I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, interesting. Cruella and the Last Duel have all been paused.
Figured.
So Black Widow, I don't think it's going to move. I think we talked about this. I don't think it's going to move, and I'm only saying that just because, I mean, after a month and a half of nothing being able to see, everybody's going to go see. Even if you don't like Marvel, you're going to go see Black Widow because
Black
you're
Widow
going.
is going to make so much money off of what's going on right now. It's ridiculous.
It's
And
crazy.
that's why I am declaring, and I keep declaring it. Marvel likes to make release dates in May, but push them to April. I'm saying it right now. April 28th, Black Widow will be released.
It's very possible. It's very possible, depending on the situation. We'll have to wait and see. It could move. I just highly doubt it.
Where would they
Marvel was
move that,
so.
though?
I don't know. Truly. Maybe put it against Wonder Woman.
In June?
I really hope not. Come on, give it to me. Don't move it. Please don't move it. If you move it, give it a release date. I cannot do this. You're ruining this year, coronavirus. I had plans. I had hope. I had love. We talked about No Time to Die. It did move. In which we're pretty sure MGM is the reason why, because it's like a failing, business. So, like, literally, like, if it failed, it failed. Peter Rabbit 2 also got moved. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I did not. Got moved to August 7th. I think that's a pretty good release date, though, for it.
Peter Rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks it didn't get it released for Easter, which was the original plan, but I feel like August 7th is also, still a good date. So moving on to television. Television's sad. It's gonna hurt my whole soul. So we have Grace and Frankie, which I don't watch.
This is a Netflix show.
Netflix show. They're filming their final season. It got paused. Grey's Anatomy. It had 3 episodes left to the finale. It got paused. I don't want to
General
talk
Hospital.
about it. It got
General
paused.
Hospital. Got paused. Riverdale got suspended.
No, so Riverdale is really interesting. There were rumors because they were filming the finale, like the season finale for it, that they weren't going to pause situations because it was only take 2 days for everybody to come back to finish it. So we're not entirely sure. It was up. Let's see what this is. CW said that it shut down production in Vancouver for the 4th season. Oh, it did. It already got renewed. Ordered the shutdown after a crew member reported came in contact. So they didn't have a choice. But they were talking about not doing it because they were so close to the end. Russian Doll and Stranger Things.
This is the one that hurts the most right now for me is Stranger Things. Yeah.
Lucifer also. Then we also have FX. Almost every FX TV show that is filming at this very moment is paused.
Including apparently this now confirms that Why the Last Man's shooting, which no one knew, or if it was actually happening, but it's there.
Then also, Peacock is also here. So are set for Rutherford Falls, which stars Ed Helms and eventually finds home at Peacock, and then also Aveline, which we have been seeing being filmed because if you've been following Emmy Rossum's transition into the Scarlet that did Brace Hollywood and beginning of LA. Falcon and Winter Soldier also, because they are starting to film in Prague. It's the last location that they have to film in for the TV show. They stayed it for the end, and you can't. No one can go to Prague, so can't film there. Carnival Row also. This is in the Czech Republic, but is in quarantine after filming. Yeah. So anybody who was filming, by the way, in other places like in Europe and things like that, have been moved to quarantine. Any movie stars, because they're trying to be as precautious about it. The morning show also was placed on hiatus. The network is facing a production delay for its upcoming shows Foundation in season 2 of Little America, For All Mankind, Lisa Story, Sea, Servant, and Mystic Quest Raven Banquet.
You know what I don't see on there though is Haley Steinfeld's show.
It did get renewed, but it hasn't started filming, or it could already been done filming.
That's true.
All these are possibilities. Survivor, Amazing Race, and American Ninja Warrior all got postponed filming. That's really interesting because Survivor, as everybody does know, is filmed. It's kind of like how Big Brother is.
It's filmed way before it's even.
Yeah, and there's a few
filmed.
lives throughout there, and so that's really interesting. I'm very curious to see the actual
Do you think Big Brother will get
repercussions and stuff.
canceled for the summer?
Yes, I do think that's a possibility that Big Brother could get canceled for the summer.
Which is a
But
real
then
shame, 'cause
also
you and I look forward to that every year.
huh?
You and I look forward to that every year.
It also could be they could also come out and say, "Oh, we're not going to cancel it because they're stuck in a house. Where else are they going to go?"
They can make the theme of the season quarantine. Oh, CBS, you and your current political dramas.
So that's also a possibility. So yeah.
Bachelorette got postponed.
Yep. That's in Jeopardy, The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, and Card Sharks. I don't know what Card Sharks is, but they all. And also, that's really interesting to keep in contact, keep in notice is that several of these live TV shows decide not to have any type of any type of audience members
Yeah.
and things like that, and they still got postponed.
Oh no, that's the crazier one. So they're not on here, I don't think. But this is really off topic, but SmackDown, the wrestling show
Mm-hmm.
had its first live performance with no crowd. And so they came back from break from them during a fight, and these girls who were the wrestlers were sitting around the ring on their phones texting when they came back from commercial break.
It's insane. And that's what that's where these things could turn to. Other ones that have been put on hold: Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med have all been halted. Dynasty, The Flash, Supergirl, and Batwoman were all put on hold. FBI, NCIS, Los Angeles, and New Orleans were halted. Young Sheldon, All Rise, God Friend Me, and on CBS All Access streaming platforms, The Good Fight and TNT's Claws. Wow.
And we're still not done. The Nickelodeon Choice Awards have been postponed.
Will be postponed. Yeah, there is no date. Talk shows are as the following: The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Late Night with Seth Meyers. The Wendy Williams show is announcing Thursday that they were ending production on their show for now. Our Talks show hosts are getting the silent treatment and ditching studio audiences, including Annie Cohen, Watch What Happens, Food Fest, Rachel Ray, Trevor Noah's The Daily Show on Comedy Central, and TBS's Full Frontal with Samantha Bee. The Tamarin Hall Show also joined ABC Morning Show The View, and Live with Kelly and Ryan is going into audience free, as are NBC's Today and Good Morning America.
That's just, unfortunately, I don't know how these shows are going to do. Although all the talk shows, because the audience are what thrives and makes that show. They're there to we're the audience with the audience, and so if they're supposed to be like a funny comedy bit, like I watch Trevor Noah constantly on YouTube, so it's gonna be really weird to watch clips of him making funny jokes with no one laughing at him when he does it. It's gonna be really, really weird.
So other ones that are also going audience free, it's the Good Grufford Show, and then last week tonight with John Oliver. But those will be shortened episodes as well, which is what's going to have to happen is that the episodes are going to have to be shortened.
Oh yeah.
And before going dark, according to New York Times, which adds that Bill Maher will tape his final episode before going on hiatus. And a lot of these things are going on hiatus. The Post also reached out to NBC about the status of the longtime sketch show Saturday Night Live, which is on a regularly scheduled hiatus this week, but it is set to return March 28th with host John Krasinski, who I'm pretty sure probably wouldn't come because his movie that he's promoting isn't coming out, but, who knows? And Dua Lipa, a spokesperson, said the show is monitoring the situation in conjunction with the city health officials and will make a decision closer to the start of production, which would normally begin Monday. So that will be coming out.
Honestly, I'd be shocked if SNL did it because they're in New York. I don't
I
know.
don't know. In LA, audience 6 have been nixed for Dr. Phil, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, which is insane. Oh my god. Could you imagine?
I no.
I would
That
say
one's
just
gonna
go on
be.
hiatus.
I don't know what
Play
Ellen's gonna do.
reruns. And starting Monday, Jimmy Kimmel Live, The Late Show with James Corden, and CBS's daytime The Talk will all tape a studio filled with empty chairs. Ellen DeGeneres is really interesting because of all of these, I feel like she's the person who plays with the audience the most. Oh god, I couldn't even imagine. Also, those tickets are super duper freaking expensive if you don't win them. Could you imagine buying a ticket to go see Ellen, going and then having it be canceled? I'm sure they rebunked them, like
Oh, they had to.
gave the money back, and then also said, "Hey, if you want to come at a later date, you can come," type of thing. I'm sure that's probably what the policy was, but oh, that would be so sad. It's a little red. I want to click on it. I'm just gonna very quickly see. Um, Taping from a wide studio on starting on Monday as the editor and troubles. With the rapidly changing nature of the coronavirus outbreak and out of concern for the audience attending, now Telepictures will suspend audience attendance during tapings effective Monday, March 16th. The temporary measure will be reviewed on an ongoing basis and will not impact the production schedule of Ellen. And so all these TV shows that are on temporary, like, what they're doing and stuff, is going to be a weekly basis of where like, how is it doing? Can people come back? Can people not come back? And they're going to continue to film them like they would normally film them.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Ellen's show is going to be so weird with the opening now because
It's not.
because the opening of her show is 10 minutes of her talking to the audience before they actually start doing anything. Her Game of Games show.
Oh, that stuff is all pre-filmed. So those should be fine.
But no, it's just.
So, on a side note, for people who are wondering and who are risk takers like myself, who like to go to movies even though they tell you not to, not that you should do that, not saying you should, but I might be gonna go see The Hunt, and I'm actually seeing all 3 new releases. The next big movie to come out, big is a liking term, is April 10th, and that's Trolls World Tour. It did not move. If anybody was wondering. Still coming out on its normal date. I do wonder if it will move.
Probably.
Then, huh?
Probably.
And then we also, ironically, have another movie that just moved that could move again. That's My Spy with Dave Bautista. It just moved, and it could move again. Then we have, let's see here, April 24th has Antebellum, which is Janelle Monáe. These are movies that are not expected to do very well. That could end up doing okay because of all the scenarios that are going on.
Are you kidding me? Trolls World Tour just went from being a moderately to okay successful film to being one of the most profitable animated movies of the year. I'm guaranteeing if it stays.
Well, let's see how well Trolls did to begin with. Trolls I was pretty sure did an okay job its first run. 364 million, which is not too bad. It was pretty bad. Oh my god, it was a $125 million budget, excluding the advertising for the first film. How did this movie get a sequel? It's a great movie. Get a sequel. I'm happy about that sequel, but like, wow. Trolls World Tour is expected to have a budget, I'm hoping, of something smaller. Of nothing that Universal is willing to put out. So that's you okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. But yeah, that way you guys would have to know. We'll talk about it at the end of the month in a few weeks when we do our final, like our game, which is gonna be real sad, but it's still gonna happen.
We're gonna approve 2 movies.
Yay! Well done for us. Before we do our last segment, which I think is a segment that I'm gonna try to bring as a usual thing every week. Before we do that, I do want to talk about how movies are still being watched the multiplex. Because I think that's still important, to keep an eye on. So just from Friday alone, this is what we're talking about, is last night. Today is Saturday, if anybody's curious. I still believe the religious flick with KJ Appa and Britt Robertson made $4 million, which is much more money than it was expected to make, and the whole weekend. So,
Please, everybody needs a religion right now. Go see a movie about religion.
I mean, I am, so we'll see where it all goes. Bloodshot made $3,775,000. Onward made $3,225,000. The Hunt made $2,200,000. And don't feel bad about The Hunt. Anybody who out there is like, oh, The Hunt should be doing better. It only cost $9 million to make. So don't feel bad. The Hunt really has to do horrible for it to not make any money at all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's money at play. Now, once we drop down from The Invisible Man, yeah, there's no money. Like, no money. Like, number 32 on the list only made $1,000. $1,000. $1,000. And that would be downhill. For anybody who's curious. Good old downhill. Ouch. That hurts. But you also could see things such as like Onward and things like that to have a great resurgence because there is nothing that's coming out and things over the next few weeks if people do go. And also you could see theaters closing, and I don't think theaters would be closing because of the virus, but because it's really, really expensive to keep a theater open, and if nobody's coming in paying you money, why keep it open? There's no point of doing it.
I'm guessing that after this weekend, if the numbers don't show up for the theaters at all, then theaters will probably shut down for at least a month.
No, I think it will. Once again, we'll have to wait and see. I think theaters is going to take a little bit longer beforehand. And also, fun fact, I went to go get my tickets for this week, and my theater is one of those lucky theaters where you can pick your own seats and things. They're not allowing me to pick my seats. It's not allowed. I'm buying tickets with no seat number on them at all. They're doing this policy to see if they're limiting the amount of tickets that they're selling to see if people will not sit next to each other by not having full theaters. They're limiting the amount of people you can go see. Like if you buy 5 tickets, there has been some cases where they're not allowing people to buy full family tickets because there's a chance of there could be too many people in that theater and they're trying to have the distance rule even apply to your local theater. So be very careful when going and seeing it. My theater has come out and said that they're doing all the cleaning for us, but I know a lot of theaters, like in the theater we grew up in and things, that's not going to be the case.
Nope.
So be careful. I'm lucky enough where my theater is pretty wealthy. I have a very nice theater. My brother can account to it. And Zachary also has a very nice theater. That we really don't have to worry too much about those things, I would assume. But there's a lot of people out there who don't have the same exact treatment.
We was talking about our local theater back home, back in Bland. If you were out in Bland and the theater's still open, don't go.
Yeah, I would say if I was in our hometown, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't risk it. Even for the $5, I wouldn't risk it.
Nope.
I mean, I'm only paying $5 to see these movies. So like,
nothing against our theater. It's just our theaters are really crammed.
Yeah, home. Yeah. It's just they're really small and they're not going to clean it that well. I just know for a fact they're not going to take the time.
Well, yeah, because they're working with a bunch of kids from the school. Well, I mean, the kids at school don't. The kids who used to go to school have plenty of time now because of all the cancellations and shit.
No, that's not exactly true. High school students still have to go to class. Some teachers are making it mandatory that you have to report online. And if you don't, you are counted absent and it'll go on your transcript. So,
yeah. Are you fucking kidding?
No.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be penalizing them because they can't go outside.
No, online.
No, but still, well, they have an internet connection.
Yeah, Zachary, don't get me started with this. It's we're gonna move on to something not as serious. Since we just talked for like 40 minutes about something really serious. And that is what we are watching, Zachary. I want to know the movies you're watching. I want to know the anime you're watching. I want to know the TV shows you are watching. I want to know everything and anything. Please, please do tell.
So, I recently just watched Castlevania season 2 to get ready for season 3. So, I'm looking forward to doing that. I have not. I've been watching the Clone Wars every Friday. I have not watched this past week's yesterday's episode. So I'm gonna probably watch that after we're done. I'm really excited because it ends our arc that we're currently on.
The Bad Batch.
Yeah, the Bad Batch arc. I just got done. I mean, it counts as watching something. I just got done doing a 12-hour live stream for Achievement Hunter. They had their live shows in Los Angeles, but they were unfortunately canceled due to what's going on. So they did a 12-hour extravaganza live stream for everybody, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun today, just to sit down, relax. I built my Lego Voltron and just watched Achievement Hunter all day, and so it was not a bad day at all. I got to do what I wanted to do. The Seven Deadly Sins released their 3rd season. I might watch that. I'm not sure yet. On Netflix. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I rewatched Endgame a couple days ago. Other than that, been kind of steady. I'm getting ready. I'm mainly getting ready for Doom on Friday. Really excited for Doom to come out, and Spawn for Mortal Kombat. That's pretty much it. Nothing too fancy.
Nothing else?
No.
No movies?
Like theater wise?
No, just in general.
Just in general.
Did you watch Red Sun?
Oh, Superman?
Yeah.
On DC Universe?
No, just in general. Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
This is what we are watching, Zachary. It's not what we're currently watching. It's just what we've watched in the past week or two.
I know. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched Red Sun. I thought it was good. The comic's better.
Of course.
But I like what DC's doing with their animated stuff. And like now that they're closing on their DC animated universe with Apocalypse War, I like the fact that they're going into these minute, films of old comics. Like I would love to see them now do maybe an offshoot Wonder Woman book. Or they have so much good stuff with the Black Label now. Like I would love the Man Who Laughed Batman animated movie would be really cool. Any of the Joker Harley stuff going on with Black Label, like you're reading the Harley stuff right now, would be really cool for DC to do.
Completely agree.
But Red Sun, if you like Superman and you like that angle of him landing in Russia instead of the US, it's a perfect film to watch politically right now. Like to really get that. It's really, 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 really clever. Russian Batman though. Can't get behind that. I can tell you that. Can't get behind that. Hearing him, do you bleed? You will. It's just not right. It's weird. But other than that, I watched the first episode of Harley Quinn.
That's cool.
And I'm not on the hype train, unfortunately.
Fuck you. It's fine. I think a lot of our audience actually would say fuck you.
Yeah, they would. Really, Kaylee Kuko is incredible, but it's just it's not for me, and it's okay.
That's okay. Did you watch episode 2 though?
I did not.
Yeah, you need to because of Bane. Nobody else. Don't watch this TV show for. But I'm not going to stop supporting Bane. Bane has a hard soul, and it just hurts my heart.
Did you watch the clip for season 2?
Why would I do that?
Oh no.
I'm not done with season 1.
Okay.
Like, where's the logic? So, speaking of what I've been watching, I felt like I was much more hearty in my approach, but it's fine. We can transition over to that with that side remark. It's fine. So I've been watching a variety of television shows and movies, and I'll be mentioning them here. So I've been watching The Bullet Type, which is what I watch when I get depressed. So it's been pretty good. I've been watching Elite. Season 3 just came out. It's on the top 10 for Netflix. If you've not watched Elite, I don't recommend it to you. But if you've not watched Elite, you should watch Elite. It's very good. Do not watch it if you're below 18. Oh my god, there's so much nudity in it. So much nudity. Too much nudity. One would contest. Spanish people get horny, and they don't stop. That's all I gotta say.
Don't stop.
I've also been watching Grey's Anatomy, Station
Doctor to
19.
no one.
Well, I actually hadn't watched any of the new stuff for Grey's Anatomy since it came back from break because of Alex Karev leaving. And then Alex Karev, oh my god, fucking Alex Karev. Oh, I don't want to get started. Don't.
What's wrong with Alex Karev, Jake?
Don't. I can't. I don't. I'm not saying spoilers. Google it. I'll tell you after. You Google it. Also, been watching Station 19 because Grey's Anatomy is forcing me to, so don't have a choice there. Been watching Harley Quinn. That's a taste test, guys. It's coming out on Tuesday. Get excited, get hyped. I had time to edit it because I don't have a job at the moment. I do. I'm getting paid, but like I don't have to report to it. Coronavirus. Boo. Okay. Then we also have Riverdale, which I'm also watching. Killing Eve, which might also be another contender for aftertaste. Get hyped. What?
Patent pending aftertaste.
Not pending. You didn't give me blood. So also, some of you guys have been following me on Letterboxd. That's pretty cool. Zachary can't have a Letterboxd.
Why?
You said you couldn't because of it being like not because you have an Android.
Oh yeah.
So some movies I've recently watched from like actual like movies. I have. Let me go to my diary. This is my diary. Just want to make sure that's clear. So we have The Invisible Man, Onward, Brahms, Sonic the Hedgehog, To All the Boys I Love, P.S. I Love You, Miss America are some of the most recent films. I also watch All the Bright Places. We also watched The Addams Family today.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
And?
That was an interesting time, I should say.
Was it good?
No.
No?
Zachary, when we're talking about this, because we talked about The Addams Family before it came out, and you're like, oh, I think it looks so cool. And I'm like, the animation, I just can't get behind it. Yep. Definitely couldn't get behind it for an hour and 32 minutes. Also, it was really adult. I mean, just one scene, for instance, is the beginning of the movie is Morticia and Gomez getting married. It's the first 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of the movie, so it's not spoilers. And she puts her makeup is her mother's ashes on her eyes, and her dad is her blush. So, yeah. But there is also a really funny comedic gag later on in the film of where she turns red in the face and a bat comes and bites her and drains all the blood from her, so her face goes back to pale. There's a few funny gags, I'm not gonna lie, but I couldn't tell anybody except Charlize Theron was the voice acting. I couldn't tell it was Oscar Isaac. I couldn't tell Chloe Grace Moretz. Allison Jenny, there's a few scenes where I could. All the stuff with Allison Jenny got taken way too far. Every single scene she was in. She plays the villain. It's complicated. Yeah. But overall, I would say it's probably a 2-star. Yeah, I'd say it's a 2-star. For Warrant, I don't give out 2 stars. Bram's the Boy 2, which should probably be a 2-star, is a 3-star. So, yeah. I even wrote a review for that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it well until the butthole showed up. That's what my review said.
Huh?
I liked it until the butthole showed up.
Who's the butthole?
I can't tell you, it's spoilers, but yeah, that's an interesting experience. Okay, that's the podcast. What a weird time this was.
So I feel like we need to discuss how the show's going to work moving forward. Like, how are we going to be doing our podcast with really no big news coming out except for probably more postponing and delaying of such?
Probably shorter episodes, tangents, shit talking.
Will they probably all be non-live? Like we'll record them together and then put them out, or are they going to be live?
We'll have to talk about it, figure out when dates and stuff work. pretty open right now. Not gonna lie, for the next few weeks, so could happen. I wouldn't put it past us if we do a live one,
Hmm.
a YouTube live one, and things like that. Um, but we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, it's a pending thing. You know, I think it'd be kind of fun, but also we're not. I don't know. I'd say that more people probably watch us on YouTube than anything else. So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Zachary, is there anything fun and exciting happening on your side of YouTube?
As of right now, due to everything going on, toy hunting, and that kind of stuff has been kind of pushed for a little bit. The last thing I bought for myself was this guy,
Hey,
and
you know what that means? You're going to be saving some money.
yeah, which I'm actually kind of happy about. But yeah, this is the last thing I bought for myself, and I just built him, and I am planning on doing a review of. I'm actually planning on making this a full-on video series because 5 lions, 5 reviews, I can make it work. So start looking out probably on Monday. So on Monday, I'll be starting my reviews of. I'm recording. Chill. I'm recording the review of the Black Lion, the Sword, and the Shield tomorrow, and I'll be posting it on Monday. And then I'm off Tuesday, so I'll be recording the arms, and then I'll be posting those Wednesday and Thursday. I'm off Friday, so I'll post the legs and the final form and posting those throughout the weekend. So that's the plan right now for the Voltron stuff. I'm also going to be doing a live stream on my YouTube channel of live gameplay for Doom Eternal on Friday because I'm off the day it comes out. So I will be doing a live stream of
Yeah,
me.
are you going to do it on YouTube? Or are you going to do it on Twitch?
Um, I don't know. I think I might go back and forth. Like do an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours on YouTube. It might do like another 3 to 4 on Twitch. I'm not sure yet. I just know it's going to be a very, very, very Doom centric kind of day. As you all know, the first video that came back from my channel was a Doom Let's Play, and so to go off of that, we're going to be doing a live stream of Doom Eternal when it drops on Friday because I canceled my physical pre-order because I don't want to go out and go get it because Corona. And so I canceled my physical pre-order for Doom Eternal, and I'm buying it digitally
Pussy.
now. I'm buying it digitally now through my PlayStation, so that way
I'm going to the movies. And he's like, oh, Friday. Horrible Friday. Whatever.
So yeah, that's what's going on my channel. Voltron and Doom, basically. Oh, and I'm also going to be doing live gameplay for Spawn when it drops on Mortal Kombat.
Uh-huh. Do you have anything fun for this channel?
Movie review wise, I haven't really done anything. I am planning on doing a full season review, well, a full batch review, a full arc review for Clone Wars for Bad Batch,
It's a good idea.
and Clone Wars, Castlevania seasons 2 and 3. That's what I'm planning on doing right now for those. As
That's
long
cool.
as I can get to them on Tuesday and Friday, that's what I'll be doing. Because Tuesday is going to be recording day, and Friday will be recording day for me. That's the plan.
Just let me know ahead of time so I can edit that and take out your ums and uhs.
Okay.
Oh god. I know the intervals and Adobe Premiere Pro because of him. It took me 5 hours to edit that one video. Oh god.
Which is
Scary.
why it took so long for my Batman vs. TMNT review to come out.
It did. Because it was scary. It was very scary. Either way, for Jacob, you can expect content almost daily, because well, Jacob is a workaholic. If you did not know, did anybody not know this? And so if I can't work one way, I'm gonna work someplace else. So I'm streaming almost daily. I'm uploading on 3 different YouTube channels almost daily. It's gonna be a good time. If I don't get the coronavirus because I'm going out, I'm getting a coronavirus because I'm overworking myself and I'm gonna die. Either way, death is coming for moi. Yay! Go me!
And so, if you want to talk to them real quick, I want to tease them with something real quick.
Oh, tease.
Wrong camera.
Oh, you meant that. Oh. Hi guys. How you doing? You doing okay? Let me know in the comments. Thumbs up now. Yeah. No, honestly, I would. Oh, I see what he's teasing you with. It's really not a tease, honestly. I guess it could be, in a way.
Okay, guys. So,
You guys hear these pauses? These ums?
yeah.
Yep. They're real bad.
You ready to see my channel when I do my reviews?
Oh.
So, here is the tease for next week and what we're going to be doing together.
Wow, he's so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Pretty. How much did he cost?
You don't want to know.
Honestly, though, like, I kind of do.
Honestly, though, you really don't.
Honestly, I'm kind of curious if it costs more than my paycheck. So, yeah, how about you just go ahead and let me know? That'd be really good.
Like right now?
Like right now on camera. How much did it cost?
I'm not comfortable doing that.
Well, you know what, Zachary? That's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna here. I took you off. You're muted and everything. How much did it cost?
I'm not muted, Jacob.
You are muted. I muted you. It just looks unmuted to you, but you're muted. I promise. I promise. I wouldn't lie to you.
125.
Oh, okay, that's so much cheaper than I thought it was going to be. You are not muted. You're very correct. Everybody heard that, so it's fine.
Jake!
Problems. Somebody has an addiction. At least my addiction's cheap. I spend like what, $15 at the movie every month. Poor Jacob and his life choices. Just kidding. All right, guys. Well, I would say that brings us to the end of the podcast, and so I'm literally obliterating my brother, and that just doesn't need to be seen. Okay, can you put it down? Okay, this is a movie podcast. This is not a Voltron podcast, even though that's based off a TV show, though. Like, if we're being okay, we're gonna end this. Let's start singing. Singing.